everybody, welcome to this Friday Dave in the Shed review. I apologise for the incessive noise in the background. That is the Australian cicada having a bit of a song because it is summer. I think they're the good old Aussie greens. And if you think they're noisy, the CSIRO put out a report saying cicadas this year are the noisiest they've ever recorded. So that's interesting. I don't know why, but it is. Now, if you're interested in that, drop me a message and I'll send you a link to the report if you'd like to read that report. If you're not interested, you don't have to worry about it. Anyway, let's have a look around the workshop. Last week I showed you the box sitting on the table over there, out there on the bed, on the bench. The Ozotto 100 amp gasless inverter MIG welder. So I've been setting up the welding bay this week. Also showed you the bit off the Fisher Paykel vacuum cleaner, Fisher and Paykel washing machine that was intended to become the shield of the welding bay. Pretty hard to zoom out here to give you a good look because the space is not that large. You can't really stand back, show the full thing. But there you are. That is the washing machine shroud in place and the little gasless MIG in place. Looking rather impressed with this for a current price $200 toy. It's actually not too bad. Got to improve my welding. I'm getting there, getting better. Some of the improvements are okay. I won't show you too much because they are still cocky shit welding, but I am improving, getting to the stage where I'm quite happy to have a go at tackling some jobs. I was a bit concerned when I bought this about the duty cycle. That is the amount of time that you can weld, the amount of time the machine has to cool down. But I haven't tripped it out yet, so playing around what I've done. I've used up all the roll of the cheap practice wire they send you with the machine to set up, and now onto some actual wire and doing some bits and pieces and having some fun with it. So that's the reworked welding bay area. Down the bottom here is my little Aldi stick welder. That doesn't do too bad a job as a stick welder. It was about $170. The duty cycle on that is pretty poor, so you weld with about 4 to 5 rods, and then you've got to let the machine cool down for about 10-15 minutes, which is no good. And next to that is, we've talked about before, is the big CIG Easy Welder, the big stick welder that was Dad's, and probably before him it was probably grandfather's. Came out of one of the workshops, either grandfather's or Dad. Now mine. I've struck a few arcs with that. I haven't really done a lot of stick welding, but it works. Beautiful machine. Yeah, I actually was trained formally many years ago in stick welding. Back in the day I did a course with TAFE. It was about hobby type stuff, so you learnt how not to kill yourself in the machine workshop around machine tools like shapers and mills and lathes, and did like that. You learnt the basics and you learnt the basic welding. But that back in those days the welding was stick welding. You didn't do any TIG, and you did a brazing and soldering with gas soldering, but mainly that was a look around the tumbling, refrigeration trade and plumbing trades, where often you have to solder stuff up for plumbers. And in the old days the brazing up, not a lot of people know how to braze these days for the fridge mechanic trade, and a bit of stick welding for everybody else. So yeah, did all that. That was what, 25-30 years ago. There is the spray booth. Have to be careful at the moment that these spaces don't become catch-all spaces, because surfaces that are flat and easy to put stuff on, stuff to get dumped on. So I do have to select the grinding shield, and the grinder will have to find a home. There is a grinding apron in the background there. But anyway, we'll have a quick swing around. What else has been going on down here? Well, I've got a new toy that I've ordered. Won't say too much. I'll hint to it during this video, but I'm not going to say too much. Part of this new toy is it needs an air supply. So I sat down and cleaned up my air. And a file down here is, I'll name drop, old Wally Fergwood's air compressor that he used at his carpentry jobs, which is a great old air compressor. When it came to me, I went through and did a safety check on it and all stuff, and put a new switch on it, and the new manifold there, which then feeds up here. Now this breaks down the compressor air, so I have on this side here, I'll point to it, I'm not going to turn it on because it's too noisy. So this valve here, this outlet here is about 120 psi. We regulate that so you can plug in the gun. I've got spare leads, I've got rollout leads. That's to run the big nail gun, which is the bulk there, framing gun and bits and pieces, which is there. I don't use that often, but it's handy to have on big jobs where you need a big nail gun, that's nice to have. And then on the other side, we run out to the workshop in bits and places around 60 psi. Lots safer to use. One of my little nail guns, I blew to bits. Quite a funny story, because they're only meant to run at about 90 psi in the max, and I plugged it into 110 psi, which is 30 psi more than what it was meant to. Yeah, after about putting in very efficient, worked very quickly, but then disintegrated very quickly. Then I realised, oh, oops, yeah, too much air pressure. So yeah, we have the air pressure down there, and this manifold, both of them have got moisture traps. So the first outlet gives us 110 psi, and then this feeds the air line here, and the line over in the other end of the workshop, both at 60 psi. If you want more, you can crank it. If you want less, because I've also used this for spray painting, you can drop it down to 15 psi, 30 psi, whatever, adjust the psi to run the airbrushes, and you don't stuff around with your main supply. So anyway, we'll have a wander. Have done a bit of a tidy up. I have to improve the lighting. I had shingles injection yesterday. Now it is a live virus, so a bit sore, but it's worth the safety, because you're never going to get shingles. I do have to do a bit of a timber tidy up, because I'm getting a bit of the hoarding timber for the sake of hoarding it. But no, I might have to go through and put some stuff in the burn pile for the wood next year. I'm keeping all these little bits and pieces for no reason. But anyway, have to do a tidy up. That's the paint store there. There's power tools stacked up in here, if you haven't seen this area of the shed before. Like I said, services get left soon accumulate junk, which is a habit, so I've got to tidy up there. And over here we have an assortment of power tools. Once again, I have to get back and sort this place out. There is the scroll saw, the sander. There's a vise. Over the back is a small Craftsman circular saw, which is a piece of timber cutting up there on the back, because I've got to do some rebuild. There is little router, big router, hit, set, insert. Repaired the cut-off saw that I stuffed up during the week, if you've seen that in the playbook, so it's down to, and yeah, little miter saw. And then over here, we've got sandpaper and all sorts of stuff and bits and pieces. And over in the corner, yeah, the clamps. Anyway, that's what we want to hear about. I'm just talking about what we've done. Haven't made a lot of train stuff. This is just a workshop update. Now, once I said I really need to do a bit of a tidy up, but we'll have a bit of order. The mighty coffee cup. The new one arrived this morning. Replacement for the favourite. I glued this one up with a printed 3D sleeve, and then put some ceramic suitable glue inside, so it's survived and repaired, and I've been using it to carry pens and pencils around. Good job, good thing. All these surfaces need a good tidy. Look, I really do have to get through to, over here. Now, you know when I was talking about the tool stand? Tool stand got a major makeover. How about that for some bush Aussie engineering? I took to the bottom with a hacksaw, piece of large old bench side floating around, put some castors on it. Yeah, the reinterpretation of the tool trolley. That works a lot better, rolls around better and big, and that, and I push it with my foot. When you put it back in its place, rolls nicely under the layout, sits away. Okay, let's spin around what's on the workbox, coffee mug. This is a piece of old Queensland tram cameway 2-foot rail line that we're working on to make some small anvils. Because I've seen people on video who go and get good old standard gauge rail and make little anvils out of them. I don't need a big anvil. So that's the start of the project. Unfortunately, during this project, I blew up 2 grinders, not 1, 2. So I've started to autopsy those. Now, grinding is not going to be a problem soon. We've come up with a solution. Yes, a solution of a device that cuts down on the amount of grinding, but also needs an air supply. Hint, hint. If you know what I'm talking about, send me a comment. It's about a week and a bit away, according to delivery schedule, because I've had to order the one I want online. So that is coming. That'll be a major update. So these are the 2. One was my late father-in-law's old Makita that died. One of them was a cheap and nasty old pre-Obzotto Bunnings GMC. I'm thinking about the Makita one is actually all topsing it and keeping the gearbox off the top of it, because that would be handy. 90-degree drive like that may be handy for a future model engineering product. So I'm thinking about at least keeping one of those. Trying not to do the hoarder type thing. Oh, that'll be handy to have, that'll be handy. So that's it. I did fix the casters on the trolley. You probably can't see them, but I cut the locking tags off. Down here. I just grab that and cut them off, so it's now practical and usable. And that's about it for this week. That's about all that's going on. Don't forget, if you've got any questions about anything that I have rabbited on in this video, don't forget, please comment, please subscribe, please like the video, and share it with your friends. Let them know. So we'll have some more interesting news and more modelling type stuff hopefully next week. So this is part of the pre-year tidy up. These crates have to be emptied and chucked away. You can see over here I have done some tidying up of the timber stack of stuff. But yeah, still a few jobs to do. Unfortunately, I knew I would be a bit slow towards the end of the week. And that's about it. I'm a bit slow most weeks. So that's it for this week. Take care, look after yourself. Come back next week. Now, if there's any projects you'd like me to look into or talk about, or you'd like reviews of anything, let me know. Send me a message. Till then, I'll get out of your hair. Farewell from Dave in the shed.